Greetings, friends. This moment we'll share some thoughts on the Bible portion, Psalm 82, verse 6. Essentially, it says that ye are gods, that we are gods. For the whole chapter carries the message that we are gods, that we can choose to live and die like men. Now, how are we gods? We are gods because we have consciousness. We are gods because the real us, the deepest side of every human being, is God. That's why we are gods. But we also have what I refer to as psychological and physiological functionings. Physiological functionings relate to our bodies, while the psychological functioning relates to our minds, our feelings, emotions. So how can we live like gods? If we yield to our minds, yield to our thoughts, our feelings, and our emotions, that's when we live and die like men. But if we did stay actively in the affairs of life, participate actively in the affairs of life, intensely, and yet detached, that's when we live life consciously. We're able to use our mind, and we are not being used by our minds. And so we allow the intuitive powers embedded in our spirit beings to become active. It means that we live above cultures, we live above paradigms, live above ego, live above personality. We live above the pursuit of things that relate to the affairs of this world. It's not as though we won't have those things, but they will come. When we seek to empower our intuitive energies, when we seek to align more to our spirit beings by being conscious, by being mindful, by being present consciously, that is when we are seeking the kingdom of heaven. That's why the Bible says that seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all other things shall be added unto you. This moment, therefore, I implore everyone who desires to test the spiritual food, to live that spiritual life. It has to do with detachment from things of the material world, yet at the same time living life intensely, relying more on learning more from our experiences, and living a life that is not driven by patterns and addictions. That is how we live like gods. Thank you.